Hello everybody, this is back in another video. Oh boy, we have French Open final around the corner. We had 128 players in the draw when this tournament started 2 weeks ago. Now we have only 2 men left standing. And who are those 2 men left standing? It is Carlos Alcaraz versus Alexander Sasha Zverev. These two are the players that is the 2 men left standing. These 2 are the players who has won 6 matches each. These 2 are the players who will go down in a battle on Sunday in the French Open Final 2024. These 2 has been the best players in the tournament, according to me, and they are very deservedly through to the final. Alexander Sasha Zverev, who has won 6 matches and who has dropped 5 sets in these 6 matches. In the first match, he defeated Rafael Nadal in straight sets. A very tough first round opponent for Sasha Zverev to face a 14 times French Open champion. Even though Rafael Nadal is in a big decline and just has come back from an injury, a long time injury after being away from the tennis 1.5 years, Rafael Nadal. But it is still Rafael Nadal. Nobody wanted to face Rafael Nadal in the first round. Nobody, baby. Not Sasha, not Alcaraz, not Djokovic, not Sinner. Nobody, baby. Who drawed him first? It was Alexander Sasha Zverev. How did he handle the situation? Like a champion. He took out Nadal in straight sets after a great performance. And then Sasha played Goffin the second, won that match in 4 sets, and then against Griekspoor, Sasha Zverev, he really was down and almost lost that match in the third round with Griekspoor, was down with a knife under his throat, with a double break. He was down double break in the fifth set against Griekspoor, but Sasha showed unbelievable fighting spirit, unbelievable never giving up attitude, and he took back those 2 breaks that he was down in the 5th set against Griekspoor, and in the end won that fight in 5 sets and won that match in a tie break. In the 4th, he faced a very good Holger Rune, who played really good tennis actually in that 4th round match against Sasha Zverev, and Holger Rune actually was 2 sets to 1 up in the lead, but Sasha Zverev once again won his 2nd consecutive 5-set match in this Australian Open 2024. In this French Open 2024. With a really good performance against Holger Rune, because Holger Rune didn't defeat himself, Sasha defeated him. And then in the quarterfinal, he took out an inspired Alex de Minaur in straight sets. And then in the semi-final, it was Sasha Zverev's best performance against Casper Ruud in this tournament. Best performance. 54 winners, 24 unforced errors, 30 more winners than unforced errors. He was winning 86% on his first serve. He was winning 54% behind his second serve. He was doing 19 aces, 4 double faults. Flawless performance against Casper Ruud, Sasha Zverev. He has actually had a pretty tough draw, according to me. Facing Nadal in the first round is tough. Facing Griekspoor, who is a really good ball striker from forehand and backhand, and is really good at the net, is not easy. And Holger Rune, who has not had a great season so far, but he at least did a pretty good run at French Open, and facing Holger Rune in the 4th round is not easy as well. So he has not had an easy draw, according to me, Sasha Zverev, but he has handled the situation really like a champion. And won all of his 6 matches. Only 2 matches he has won in straight sets, which was only one match he has won in straight sets. Only two. Rafa Nadal in the first round and the quarterfinal against de Minaur. Only 2 matches he has won in straight sets, and 2 matches he has won in 5 sets, and 2 matches he has won in straight sets, Sasha, what I remember. The Nadal match in the first round and Diminaur in the quarterfinal. In straight sets he was won. 2 matches he has won in 5 sets. Greek Sport in the third round, Holger Rune in the quarterfinal. Greek Sport in the third round, Holger Rune in the fourth round. And 2 matches he has won in 4 sets. The semi-final against Casper Ruud and the second round against Goffin. So there you have it, Sasha Zverev's road to the final. He will face Carlos Alcaraz, who has lost less sets towards this final at French Open 2024. He has lost only 3 sets. The first set he lost, it was in the second round against De Jong, and then his 2 sets that he has lost, Carlos Alcaraz, was in the semi-final against Jannik Sinner. So, Carlos Alcaraz, all of his 6 matches that he has played at French Open, he has won 4 matches in straight sets. First round, third round, straight sets, fourth round, and the quarterfinal in straight sets. So 4 matches he has won in straight sets, and 1 match he has won in 4 sets, which was the second round, and he had 1 match he has won in 5 sets, which was the semi-final. Who has Carlos defeated? He has defeated in the first round. He defeated. I actually don't remember whom he defeated in the first round. It was a qualifier at least. That I remember. He did in the first round. Second round he defeated De Jong. Third round he defeated Korda. Fourth round he defeated don't remember who he defeated fourth round. In the quarterfinals he defeated Stefan Tsitsipas. In the semis he defeated Jannik Sinner. So in the fourth round, my memory is failing me. I don't remember whom he defeated in the fourth round. Carlos Alcaraz. So Carlos has dropped 3 sets on his way to the final. So what can we expect from this match? The head-to-head is 5-4 to Sasha Zverev. Last time they faced each other was at Indian Wells in the quarterfinal, where Carlos Alcaraz won in straight sets, 6-3, 6-1, if I'm not mistaken. And then Carlos also went on to win the entire tournament. Before that, they faced each other at Australian Open quarterfinal, where Sasha Zverev won in 4 sets. In the 4 sets, yeah. So they faced each other actually 3 times at Grand Slam stages. 2 times. 1 time at French Open 2 years ago in the quarterfinal 2022, a match that Sasha won in 4 sets, and the second time they faced each other in Grand Slam stages was early this year at Australian Open in the quarterfinal. A match that no, not 3 times. I forgot the US Open match they faced each other last year in the quarterfinal. So they have faced each other 3 times in the Grand Slam stages. One, like I said, at French Open 2022, a match that Sasha won 4 sets, and then they faced each other last year at the US Open and the quarterfinal, a match where Carlos won in straight sets after Sasha played a 5 epic battle against Sinner in the 4th round. So Sasha Zverev was pretty spent. He didn't have much left gas in his tank. So Carlos won in straight sets in that US Open quarterfinal last year, 2023. And then they played at Australian Open earlier this year in the quarterfinal, a match that Sasha won in 4 sets. So they have faced each other 3 times before in Grand Slam stages, and it is 2-1 in the head-to-head in Grand Slam matches in Sasha Zverev's favor. Now they will face each other for the 4th time in Grand Slam stages, and for the 2nd time here at French Open. But now it will be for the first time they will face each other in a Grand Slam final. So, coming to this tournament, I had these two players facing each other in the final. I had Carlos Alcaraz, my number 1 pick, and I had Sasha Zverev, my number 2 pick. Even though that I changed my mind about Sasha Zverev before he faced Ruud, but that is a different story. But I had at least Sasha as my 2nd favorite pre-tournament and Carlos as my number 1 favorite pre-tournament. So now they are facing each other in the final. This match can go either way. I will be honest with you, my tennis fans all around the world. Before this tournament started, when I did my top 8 favorite list 2 weeks ago, I was more convinced and more confident in Carlos defeating Sasha Zverev if they will face each other in the final. I really was. After they have played 6 matches each, I'm not as confident in Carlos like I was 2 weeks ago. Because I have never seen Sasha Zverev playing this good tennis. I feel like it is now or never for Sasha Zverev to win his first ever Grand Slam title. He is the best tennis player that I have ever seen that has never won a Grand Slam title. Yeah, we have some others who have had great careers and never won Grand Slam titles, like David Ferrer, Tsonga, Rios, Nalbandian. For me, Zverev is better than all of them. For God's sake, Zverev has 6 Masters, 2 ATP 2 Finals titles, 1 Olympic gold. He has 9 big titles. 9! That is not little. But he has never won a major. He has played the Grand Slam final before, 4 years ago, against Dominic Thiem, of a Grand Slam final where he was 2 sets to love up and was serving for the title in the 5th set. I was 2 points away actually to win that final. But that final was not a very good quality final. So both of the players didn't play good, according to me. So the player who played least bad won, which was Dominic Thiem. He played least bad. The nerves got to Sasha Zverev, and that is what I am concerned when it comes to Sasha Zverev. How will his nerve management be in the final? We have seen him in the past. He has not handled his nerves that great, especially in Grand Slam matches. Okay. Anyway, it feels to me that he is a different player now. Even his mentality is stronger than before. He has improved his forehand. His backhand has always been rock solid. He has improved his second serve. He used to do a lot of double faults a couple of years ago. That is not the case anymore. He's doing still double faults here and there, but not even close as many as he used to do. So Sasha's keys to win this match, I will start with him because he's the slightly underdog, according to me, slightly, not much. He needs to serve big. He needs to have great spots. He lands a lot of first serves. He's the player who lands the most first serves in on the tour. He landed 68% first serves in against Casper Ruud, which is pretty high. Actually, he even lands even more sometimes. He can even land up to 73, 74% first serves in. But it will not be enough just landing a lot of first serves in this Carlos, because Carlos is one of the best returners in the world, together with Sinner. But he needs also to find the spots, because if he only lands the first serves, Carlos will have a racket on those balls and return. And then the rallies will go on from neutral, and then Carlos Alcaraz, he's such a fast player. He hits the ball with such great depth and great height and great spin, so he can't trouble Sasha Zverev, because Carlos has all the shots in the book. Let's be honest. He has drop shots, he has net approaches, he has forehand, he has backhand, especially forehand. Carlos' forehand is better than Carlos' backhand, but Carlos' backhand is not bad either. So Sasha needs to make sure to make a lot of first serves in and have great spots, and not only making them. And then he needs to be offensive, like he was against Casper. Actually, he was pretty offensive against Casper Ruud. He cannot be passive. If he's passive, it's suicide. It is suicide for Sasha Zverev. If he's passive, Carlos Alcaraz will dictate the rallies and will make Sasha Zverev run like hell. So he needs to hug the baseline. He needs to make a lot of first serves in with great spot serving, and he needs to take charge. He needs to dictate. And of course, he needs to take his opportunities when he gets them. Because he will see a lot of break match opportunities. Not maybe a lot, but no way in hell that Carlos will serve the entire match without Sasha seeing any break match opportunities. All respect to Carlos' serve, but he's not in his Isner, Query, Karlovic, or those guys who had huge serve. So Sasha will have his break match opportunities, and when he gets them, he needs to capitalize. And another big key, maybe this is the biggest key for Sasha, he needs to be solid up here. Many matches in tennis you win with your head, especially when it comes to top 5 players in the world facing each other, like is the case with these two. Sasha is the world number 4, and Zverev and Carlos is the world number 3 at the current moment. So Sasha's nerve management needs to be on top. He cannot do the same kind of match, the same kind of Grand Slam final like he did 4 years ago against Dominic Thiem. Because if he does that, he will be toast. He will not win this match. And if he gets a 2-sets-to-love up lead, like the case was for Sasha against Thiem 4 years ago at the US Open 2020, he cannot let that lead slip from his hands again. He cannot. And he needs to make sure to never relax against Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz is not a sprinter. He's a marathon guy, like we have seen in the past and like we saw in the semifinal against Sinner as well. Even though maybe Carlos sometimes can be a slow starter, Carlos gets better and better the longer the match goes. Sasha needs to have his guard up here the entire match, like it has been the case when he's defeated Alcaraz in the past in Grand Slam stages. When he did that at French Open 2022 in the quarterfinal, when he took a 2-sets-to-love lead and never relaxed and won in the end in 4 sets. And the same case was at Australian Open earlier this year. I also believe at Australian Open he had a 2-sets-to-love lead at Australian Open quarterfinal as well. And then never looked back after that as well, and won in the end that quarterfinal match against Carlos at Australian Open in 4 sets. So there you have Sasha's keys. What is Carlos' keys to win this battle? Carlos' keys to win this battle is he needs to be landing a lot of first serves in as well, because Sasha Zverev is one of the best returners in the world. He is. He maybe is not as great of a returner like Sinner and Carlos, but he for sure is top 5 serve returners in the world. Top 5. Straight down top 5. So Carlos landed 66% first serve in the match against Sinner. He needs to be on those numbers in the final as well. He cannot be under 65. He cannot be. If he is, Sasha will punish him. He needs to be between 65 to 70% in landing first serve in Carlos Alcaraz. The second thing is Carlos needs to do damage behind his first serve immediately, which he didn't do quite that superior against Sinner. He won only 66% behind his first serve against Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. Well, you know why? Because he was not doing damage immediately after landing his first serve. Actually, Sinner won more points behind his first serve than Carlos in the semifinal. Sinner won 74% behind his first serve. Why? Because he was doing more damage on his serve plus game. So Carlos needs to do a better serve plus game in the final than he did in the semifinal against Sinner. So there you have the second key. He needs to so-called do damage on those diamond shots of tennis, which I call the diamond shots of tennis: the 3rd shot, the 5th shot, and the 7th shot. 3rd, 5th, 7th. Those are the diamond shots of tennis. Carlos needs to make sure to do damage on those diamond shots of tennis, because if the rallies goes long, I don't know, I have a feeling that Sasha Zverev has better cardio than Carlos. Carlos was cramping against Sinner in that 3rd set. Sasha Zverev is a physicality beast. He's a physicality beast. I don't recall when I've seen the dude tired. He almost never gets tired. So Carlos Alcaraz needs to shorten the points, because if the rallies are over 9+ shots, man, I maybe will give my slight advantage to Sasha there. So Carlos needs to make sure to do damage on the diamond shots, 3rd, 5th, and 7th shots. He needs to make sure not to have long, huge exchanges over 9+ rallies. Because if that is the case, maybe Sasha Zverev will wear down Carlos Alcaraz physically. So there is another key for Carlos Alcaraz. Another key for Carlos is to return Sasha's huge serve. Especially when Sasha will miss his first serve. He will not get many second serves to look at, but when he will get them, he needs to punish it. He needs to take charge. He needs to make Sasha Zverev suffer from missing his first serve. Because when Sasha lands his big, huge first serve, it is hard doing damage on Sasha's first big serve. It is hard. So returning good will be a key for Carlos Alcaraz, especially returning Sasha's second serve. And lastly, like always in tennis, he needs to be clutch, Alcaraz, like he has been in the past. Like he was against Sinner, like he was against Djokovic at last year's Wimbledon final 2023. He needs to be clutch. And then another thing I want to throw out there that is key for Carlos. I don't know if Carlos affords to have a slow start against Alexander Sasha Zverev. This version of Alexander Sasha Zverev. Because Carlos can be a slow starter. We saw that against Jannik Sinner at Indian Wells semi-final earlier this year, when he lost the first set 6-1. We saw that against Novak Djokovic at a Wimbledon final last year, 2023, when he lost the first set against Djokovic 6-1. We saw that against Jannik Sinner in this tournament, in the semi-final, when he lost the first set 6-2. Yeah, he won all of these 3 matches. Very, very impressive. So, even though you defeat and win the first set against Carlos Alcaraz 6-1 or 6-2, it is definitely not a sure thing that you will win the match. Because Carlos, he raises his level. But Sasha Zverev, this version of Sasha Zverev, maybe he's playing his tennis of his life, Sasha Zverev. So I don't know if Carlos can come away if he gets a slow start, like he did against Djokovic Wimbledon final last year, like he did against Sinner at Indian Wells this year, and like he did against Sinner in this French Open semi-final. So I believe that Alcaraz, because we have seen Alcaraz having slow starts against Zverev in the past in majors, when he has been 2 sets to love down at the quarterfinal French Open 2022, he never came back after that 2 sets to love down. We saw it against in Australian Open earlier this year quarterfinal when Carlos was 2 sets to love down. He never came back after being 2 sets to love down. So Zverev is a pretty good front runner. So when Zverev goes in that flow, it is stopping. It is hard stopping him. So another big key for Carlos is to try win that first set. For sure, he cannot afford being 2 sets to love down. He cannot afford being 2 sets to love down. If he's 2 sets to love down, yeah, he can still come back. He's Carlos Alcaraz, for God's sakes. He's one of the best tennis players that we have seen this early age. One of the best tennis players that we have ever seen, really. Really. But it will be extremely, extremely difficult if he comes 2 sets to love down and then win the match in 5 sets against this version of Alexander Sasha Zverev, who is probably playing his tennis of his life. So what is my prediction? Look, I'm not sure about this one. I really am not. I was much more confident before the tournament started that Carlos will defeat Alexander Zverev in the final when I predicted that these two will play the final 2 weeks ago. Now 6 matches when they've played each, I'm not sure, but I will stick to my prediction. I will not change my mind. I've said Carlos Alcaraz will win the French Open 2024, and I will say that he will defeat Alexander Zverev in the final, and I will not change my mind, but I think it will be a close one. I think this will go the distance. I think Carlos Alcaraz will defeat Alexander Zverev in 5 sets. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time, peace.